Hello. I figured I'd talk on this one because doing all those words on editing and stuff was just a little bit much. So I've got this canvas. It's already been painted on. I painted over it. There's lots of... It's looking rough. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint over it again, and I'm going to do like a little flower, maybe a few flowers, and just have like dots and stuff. I tested it on here just to see how they would dry, but all that's going to get covered up. We're going to start over. First step is what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this white and this black, but I'm going to flood the canvas with it's just paint with glue. I don't ever measure, there's a lump in there. I don't ever measure my, I don't like do ratios or anything like that. Just because there are so many ratios, there's never really a right ratio for any one technique that you do. And so I just do it until I'm satisfied with the consistency. This is a little bit thick, but it's going to be okay. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it on here, and then I'm going to blow it out with this so it's super thin, so it's not too much paint on the canvas, and then it just starts cracking. In my black paint, this is just Mars Black, and then the other one is just titanium white with some pearlescence to give it like a little glittery, shimmery effect to it. And in the black, I'm gonna put some of this interference violet, and basically all it's gonna do is just make it like a violet sort of glitter thing. You're not really gonna see it that much unless you resin it. Resin the whole piece after it's dry. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this, and I'm gonna mix it in. Let's see. Oh, probably about that much. I gotta be really careful because this powder, it's mica powder, and it's just like a really fine powder, and it gets everywhere if you're not careful. It just blows everywhere. The wind will just blow it everywhere. And as you can see kind of like a purplish tinge to it. And I'm just gonna mix that in there. It's gonna take a while for it to really get in there, so I'm gonna let it sit for a bit and mix some other colors. I'll show you what colors I have. I'll show you my paints right here, and because they're mixed up with Floetrol, and some of them have Floetrol, some of them have Liquitex pouring medium, and they all have glue and water in them, so the colors are going to be significantly lighter than what they are, what they're going to dry as. But this is quinacridone rose. And I just mix that up and put in a squeeze bottle. And a lot of these are going to look almost the same. And this is quinacridone iridescent magenta. These are both going to dry completely different. This one is a rouge. That's going to be a darker. I think that's sort of like this color. I don't know if you can see that. Sort of like a transparent. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm out in the garage, so that's where my studio is. So cars come by. I've got the garage door open and the screen on it and everything. But, I mean, it's letting air in and things like that. So, and light. And so you're going to hear cars every once in a while. And then we got, yes, this is purple. It looks pink, but it's going to dry purple. It's just a regular purple. And this is a prism violet. I think it's mixed with another purple, but I'm not real sure. I have a whole lot of mixed up paints from like leftover paints that I just put all together so that I don't waste it. This I think is going to be copper, I want to say. It's a lot lighter, doesn't look like copper, but This is a mixture that I made myself. This one is like a rose gold, sort of, along with this one. This is just more gold, and this one's more rose. And then I've got a transparent neon pink. So this is going to be transparent, but if I put it with the white, like on top of the white or on top of the black, it'll show through. It won't be as transparent. And I'm going to have to put some more water and loosen this up, thin this out a bit. And I think I'm going to use some black for the dots as well. On the white parts and the white dots from the black parts. Enough. So what I wanted to have is a gold, like a brownish color. So I have this copper, which is what this is. If you, in case you, I mean that's lighter, but it's just, it'll dry like that color. So I have this one. But I don't know which gold to use. This is, what is that? This is Dorado Gold. And from Chrome. I love this. This is such a rich color. Then I got Aztec Gold. I don't know which one. One is darker to go with the pinks. I like the lighter, but I don't know. Which one? I think I'm going to go with this one. I think I'm going to go with the darker one, just to contrast with the other colors. Because I've already got the rose gold, so I could use a darker one. And I'll just show you how I mix my paints. It's nothing special. I put glue, water, and paint. That's all I do. I don't need a lot, so I'm going to get a smaller cup. Let's see. And yes, I reuse my cups. I wash them out and reuse them. Try to save as much materials and products as I can. It doesn't make any sense if you can just rinse it out to, throw it away. I just pour that in there. I don't measure. A lot of people don't come for me for all you measuring people. I don't measure. I don't, because it's just, I don't see. If you do it enough times and for long enough, you kind of know what you like. And just pour some of that in there. So glue and paint. Now, again, this is going to get lighter because of that white glue. So, it'll dry. Right, and what I like to do is I like to mix the paint in before I put the water in, because the paint likes to sticks to the glue, which makes it blend easier. If that makes sense, I don't know. And then once I get it mixed up just good, see how much lighter that is. So already. And then I'm going to put some water, my trusty water. And I'm going to put a little bit at a time. I'm not going to douse it because I could always put too much and then it's hard to get it back to where it needs to be. So just a little bit until I get it to where I like it. To what I'm looking for. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get it. Let's just spill some water on there. It'll dry. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I think probably some of the most soothing parts about this is mixing the paint, because you get to play with it. You get to, and if I want it to be slightly different color or add some like color tones to it or whatever, I can do that. I can add some pinks to it or a little bit of purple, kind of give it like a tinge. But for this, I just need it to be gold. But yeah, it's still a little bit thick. So more. I want it to be thick enough to hold its shape on here and not just spread out, but I want it to be thin enough so that I could drip it off of the stick properly. I don't want it just stuck to my stick and not come off. It's so thick. Alright, so I think that's going to be about good. And give this black another stir. Make sure that mica powder is all mixed up in there. It's soaked in, blended well. Looks to be pretty good. So I'm going to put you on pause, and I am going to clear off the area, and then I'm going to start pouring, flooding the canvas, or what we call flooding the canvas. Alright, so see you back in a little bit. Alright, we are back. Give this one last little stir. The more you stir it, the more bubbles. I don't know if you can see that, but the more bubbles come in there. But I find that when you use the hair dryer, it sort of gets rid of all those bubbles, especially when you blow it out and the bubbles just have a chance to come up and pop. You don't want bubbles in there because it just gives it a pop kind of look. I don't know. It just looks like a bunch of dents are in your painting. Together. All right, let's get going. It's going to be kind of loud. I'll try to edit it out or whatever, but yeah, I'm just using a regular cheap El Cheapo hair dryer. Nothing special. You see paints on the end. I use it a lot. But all right, let's go. All right. So that is the base coat. I don't know what's happening here, but you know, it's not a really big deal. A lot of this is going to be covered up anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and fix the corners off camera, even though I'm doing it now. But yeah, I'm gonna fix these up, and then I'm gonna let this dry overnight. Come back tomorrow, and hopefully it's dry or dry-ish. And we're gonna see if we can. Now I'm looking at it, and now I'm thinking that I want to turn it. I'm thinking I want to do. Come on. I think I want to do it like that. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to start off by saying I have no idea what I want to do with this piece. I start off right here like as the stems of like some flowers, but I don't know if I want to use the balloon to dip the flowers or if I want to blow them out. I think I'm going to go with blowing them out, and I also don't know what I want, if I want to make one long right here or if that'll be too much. I really want to fill this space up with flowers. The stems are just kind of like a contrast of color, if you will. I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna go, I mean, I can always take it off. Let me see, I'm gonna go right up through here and make that a really skinny one. Okay. I think that's enough of a balance. I'm going to go in with this lighter green, kind of make sort of a shade. Tiny little line, just for a little bit of contrast, you know, just for funsies. Just going to go really fast, get a tiny little line. I don't want to overtake the other color. Okay. I think that is going to be it for the green. And what I'm going to do things like that. So I'm going to test one right here. And just a little dab. This is going to turn out to be really, really big. Not really big, but big enough. Okay. And I'm going to try to blow this out to somewhat of a flower. Alright, so that looks, you know what, I think I'm going to stick with that. I like how the colors are blending. And yeah, I think I might actually just stick with that. I do, however, want to add some white. And you can always go back and add more layers to it. I'm going to add some white just so you can get the color just... Alright, so... And that's going to dry a lot darker. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. We'll see. See if I can... Oh, actually what I could do is, now that that's blown out, I can see what it looks like with the balloon. I got a little balloon right here. I can always just wipe that off with the baby wipes. Do it all over again, but at least I can test it now. Alright, let's see. This little balloon, just, I didn't put any water in it this time just because I'm just testing to see. Does that look better? Maybe. Try it with the white instead of the gold. I'm just going to dip it right back in there. I think I like it the other way better. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the other way. This way I think it's just a little bit too thin. And it's too round. I want it to be kind of organic. Alright, maybe I'll do both. Who knows? Alright, yeah, I don't know about that. Alright, let me get set up for the other one and get all my colors out and ready to go. And we'll start off with the other and see what it's like. Alright, see you in a little bit. Alright, after some careful thought, I've decided to go ahead and go with the balloon dip thing. I can always go back and blow it out again. I'm really liking how it looks. It's covering a lot more area, and I'm trying to get to cover like the whole thing. So it's going to be several layers, and I guess let's see start. I got a bunch of different colors. I'll let you know what they are as we go. Some of them are just mixed up colors. They don't have an actual color name. Let's go with, right now I showed you the rouge. We'll go with the rouge on the darker side. And we're going to get some magenta iridescent quinacridone. It's just two colors mixed together. This is kind of runny, so I don't like the consistency of that, but we're going to go with that. And then this is purple. It looks pink, but it's actually purple. Okay, so that didn't do anything. We're going to get a contrasting color here. Let's do white. Alright, and we are going to, and I put some water in here. I don't know if you can see it. So just to balance it and keep it from going like that and sliding all over the paint. It just keeps it. Let's go right down on there. Straight down and straight back up. Oh, look at that. That's really pretty. I like that. That's surprisingly pretty. Let's see if we can use this for something else. Not so pretty. Alright, how can we set up for it? And a lot of times you want to wipe off this part because it'll just muddy it, sort of like that, and the colors will all just blend together and you won't get the specific colors showing through. It all just turn into one mushy color. Okay, let's go with another one. Actually, let's cover this up a little bit. That's the beauty of this stuff, is as long as you work quickly enough, you can always cover, just go back and do what you need to do. Let's try some, I'm going to do that one. Let's try a purple. Let's try this. There's the contrast there. And let's go back in. There we go. Ooh, that's better. Some of these colors are transparent, and some of them are semi-transparent, some of them are opaque. I try to mix them up to where you get a blending of all of them. The white is definitely opaque. I need something to wipe my hands. The white is definitely opaque. Some of the darker, like the rouge, I think is opaque. Let's try something that I think is going to be really cool. I'm going to try just two colors, and I'm going to try, right here, I'm going to try this neon pink. It's just a fluorescent pink. You can't really tell how vivid it is. And then I'm going to try white. We're going to see how much it contrasts on here. I'm going to try two colors. See if two colors works better. Ooh, it's interesting. I think it's a little bit too much paint left on there. There we go. Okay. Alright, and that's pretty much it. That's what we're going to be doing, is just kind of putting that all around everywhere with different colors and all. And so let's get started. let this dry and then start with the next layer a different day. Hopefully tomorrow after work. Some of them haven't filled out yet. Like there's some up here, you can't see it, but it's got a little, it's just not filled out like I want. And like this one, it's not really quite filled out. It's okay, because since when I go in on the second layer, I can just, you know, set some over top of those. I want to let this green dry, and that way I can put more over top of it. Like this kind of like blended into it. This I love how it blended into there and make it look like it was part of the stem, and this part too. But I want to put some on the actual stem too as well. But I need for it to be dry in order to do that, or else it'll just blend up like that, and that's not what I'm looking for. This is a total experiment. Could be a complete fail. Cover it up. I'm going to put my paints away for today, and we'll pull them back out hopefully tomorrow, and hopefully by Friday. Today is Monday, Memorial Day. Woo! Hopefully by Friday we'll have it all ready and set and ready to be uploaded so you guys can see it if you wanna. Alright, well, thank you guys for this part of it. I'll see you back again tomorrow. Good afternoon, guys. Sorry, I just woke up from night shift. I work night shift, and then I get up and do stuff like this, so if I sound groggy, it's because I am. But I really wanted to get a little bit more done with this. So I took out a few colors that were kind of repeats of the colors that I have, and I kept just a select few, and I might not even use all of those. And I'm just going to go in. Everything is dry. It's all dry. And I'm going to go in and put some more layers, like all these little drops from when I pull up and it drops down on there. I'm going to cover those up. I don't like the green little dot in the middle. It's just not kind of what I'm looking for. I don't think I'm going to use as much black on this side. I kind of want to keep it nice and soft over here. But I am going to use more white on this side because you can't even see that one, barely. So I'm going to use some white, and there's some gold right there. I'm going to use some more of those colors. But yeah, I think the black is just going to be a little bit too harsh, and I want to keep it kind of soft. Let's see. Yeah, I want to keep it kind of soft over here, just a little bit, maybe, but yeah, so I'm going to go over all these, and I'm really going to try to fill up the space. I want to, like I said before, I want to keep some background, but I do want it to be populated with a lot of these things. So, and yes, that's an official term, a lot. So, yeah, I guess we can get started. I'm going to go in first and try to cover up all these blacks just to see what it looked like without the black. So I'm gonna use the same balloon that I used yesterday. It's a little bit deflated, but you know, it's very little white because I don't want it to just blend into the white background. So yeah, I'm still using the same one from before. I got my little wipey pad thing here. So let's see what that's gonna look like. And it all goes dark whenever, which is what I want. I want it to be dark. Let's see, we'll go here. Yeah, I just want to keep this part soft. Use two colors for that one just to see. And I might try to make some of these a little bit smaller. I don't like to double dip because it muddies up the colors, but sometimes it's so pretty that, and if you just put it on a space that's not being used already, then it's not that bad. So let's go with some more purple. I'm going to try to get some of this covered up. I want to get some more of these stems covered up. So it looks like it's coming 3DY. Do not go all the way, but you know, it's fine. Where? Alright. It's gonna go pretty fast. Just because, I mean, we already know what's happening, so it's not a huge surprise there. I'm going to be streaming a game in about an hour or two over on Twitch under rockkandyart. Everything I have is under rockkandyart, so. But yeah, if you want to come check it out, then I would love to have you come chat live. And yeah, we'll be playing. I'm gonna see if I can. My plan is to play Stardew, but I don't know what I'm gonna get to work. It's either gonna be Stardew or Don't Starve. Don't Starve is mean to me when I try to stream it, because the lag and just like it's really difficult. For because my PC is so ancient. Had that thing for somewhere close to 10 years. So yeah, processing speed is kind of terrible. But yeah, let's see if I can turn this so you can see what I see. It's stuck to the newspaper. Alright. Let's see. This is what it looks like. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think I should add different colors? Do you think I should keep going? Think that looks good. Alright, we are back on day 3. I went back and watched the videos, and I know I repeat myself a lot, but maybe I can edit it out, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a few more layers. I want to get this, like, you see how, like, I got rid of that one thing, but it's, like, a little uneven. I want to kind of get that to be almost non-existent. And then I want to cover up some more of the black on that side. But yeah, we're just going to get right into it. This is the last part of it. I don't think I'm going to do much more to it than this. Because I kind of like how it turns out. Let me show you from this point. Looks pretty good, I think. Like this, I'm trying to go back and take some of my older pieces that, you know, are kind of just sitting on the shelf. And I'm working on trying to embellish them. I'm trying to get them with the, I guess, put more interest into them so that they're not, you know, just kind of like plain and not really any life or interest. So I'm gonna go back and take some. I don't want to do too many. The next one I'm gonna do is gonna be a new piece. But after that, I think I'm gonna go back in and just start trying to redo some old ones. And why not? Because, I mean, if they're not going to sell, yes, all my pieces are for sale. You can contact me through Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff will be in the description. Anything that you're interested in, just contact me, email me, and yeah, we can get it set up. But yeah, some of the pieces that aren't selling, I just kind of want to just go back in and kind of give them a little bit more interest, kind of play with them a little bit, because you don't really have a whole lot to lose. Kind of practice on some techniques that I've seen. I really like me paintings with Veronica Me. She does some amazing 3D effects, and I think that's what I'm gonna kind of focus on doing with some of them. I have a few pieces that I've done with some of her techniques, and they turned out really well. I'm liking that. If you know, just go to Me Paintings, MII Paintings on YouTube, and she is amazing. She's so sweet, very inspirational. But yeah, I get a lot of techniques from her. And then sometimes I just go in and I just kind of say screw it and just try something that I haven't seen yet. It's always fun to experiment. Half the time it goes horribly wrong. The other time it's like, oh, I wish I'd filmed that. Okay, so I think I said I was done, but I'm actually going and doing some more. Really what I was doing, basically it's just this right here. I don't know if you can see it all that well. It's just making little lines, give it a little more depth, bring it up a little bit. And I'm just playing around with it now. It's not really taking away from it too much, but just giving it a little more. And I'm not going to do every single one of these, just here and there, just so it gets a little interest. And all I'm doing is using, this is just white paint and water in here. And I'm just doing little lines, kind of like looking like maybe bubble, sort of like. And yeah, just doing that just for funsies. It's really not taken away from the piece. It's just kind of like adding a little bit more depth to it. But yeah. So, and I gotta make sure that I don't stick my hand in it like I just did. But no worries, it's just fine. Let's see if I can get that while it's still wet. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna do some more on the black side just because I think it comes up a little bit more, you could see it better on the black side. Just to define some of these a little more. Yeah, just, you know, here and there, nothing major, nothing extra. I don't even know why I said I don't like. No, but yeah, because there's a lot of them on this side, but I kind of want to define them a little more because it looks kind of jarbled on this side. We'll do this one. I think this will probably be about it. What do you think? Can you even see it? This is definitely going to be the last thing I do to this piece. I promise. I promise. Maybe. No, really, this is going to be it. Because I don't want to do way too much. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. As I keep doing more. Let's see, one more up here and then that'll be it. I promise. This one right here. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for this piece. That is it. Final finito. This is going to dry a little bit more flat. The white parts are going to dry flat, but you probably can't really see the depth of it though. But yeah, that's it. I hope you like it. I really am happy with this. And I hope you like it. If you have any other suggestions on colors or anything like that, just let me know. Comment below your thoughts. And we're going to go on to the next one. I've got the next one is going to be what I call a rework. It's one that I did. I started recording it, and when it was dried and I left it overnight to dry, I came back and it was completely destroyed because I had not leveled it correctly. But yeah, this is gonna be it, guys. Just let me know what you think and what other colors you might like to see this. Maybe the background could be green and beige or something. I don't know. You know, I'm open to all colors. But yeah, there we go. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.